The religious landscape of the United States, particularly the South, has evolved significantly over centuries, deeply influencing the cultural and social fabric of the region. This development traces back to the early settlement periods, the Great Awakenings, and the rise of evangelicalism, which shaped the South's identity as a bastion of religious fervor. The origins of this intense religiosity are rooted in the early colonization era, marked by distinct motivations and religious practices between the North and South. In the early 17th century, the establishment of Jamestown, Virginia in 1607 set the stage for the South's religious trajectory. The settlers, primarily Anglicans from England, sought economic prosperity rather than religious freedom, which contrasted sharply with the Puritans in New England who fled religious persecution. The Anglican Church, with its retained elements of Catholicism, dominated the southern colonies. Meanwhile, the Puritans in the North established a society with strict moral codes and community worship, deeply embedding their faith into everyday life. As generations passed, the intensity of religious conviction among the Puritans waned. Economic prosperity began to overshadow religious matters, leading to a rise in secularism in New England. However, the South, with its more diverse and less intense religious landscape, managed to preserve a form of Christianity that was intertwined with everyday life and more adaptable to changing social conditions. This flexibility helped sustain religious influence, making it a part of the cultural identity rather than mere theological obedience. Geographical factors also played a significant role in shaping the religious landscape. New England's rocky soil and shorter growing season led to a diversified economy focused on fishing, shipbuilding, and trade, fostering early industrialization and urbanization. In contrast, the South's fertile soil and longer growing seasons supported large plantations and an agricultural economy reliant on slave labor. This agricultural focus maintained a traditional community-centered way of life where the church played a significant role. The Great Awakenings, particularly the First and Second, were pivotal in shaping the South's religious fervor. The First Great Awakening, 1730 to 1755, marked a departure from reserved religious practices driven by passionate preachers like George Whitefield and Jonathan Edwards. Their emotive spirituality and revival meetings resonated deeply with the masses, creating divisions within religious communities. The Old Lights, comprising Puritans, Baptists, and Presbyterians, rejected this revivalism, while the New Lights embraced it, leading to the rise of evangelicalism in the South. The Second Great Awakening, 1795-1840, further solidified the South's evangelical character. Focusing on attracting new members, denominations like the Baptists and Methodists held energetic tent revivals, spreading their inclusive message of salvation to all. The decentralized Baptist structure and the Methodist itinerant preachers contributed to rapid growth, especially in the South's rural areas. This period saw a significant increase in church membership, outpacing national population growth. The Third Great Awakening, 1855-1930, was marked by social activism and the establishment of religiously affiliated schools and universities. Despite the rise of scientific thought and industrialization challenging traditional religious beliefs, evangelicalism continued to grow, particularly in the South. The term Bible Belt emerged during this period, highlighting the region's deep-rooted religious identity. The controversial Fourth Great Awakening, 1960-1980, coincided with the rise of radio and television, which played a significant role in spreading religious messages. Televangelism, exemplified by figures like Billy Graham, further reinforced evangelical beliefs in the South. His crusades and dynamic preaching style resonated deeply, laying the groundwork for the growth of large evangelical churches. The Southern Baptist Convention, the world's largest Baptist denomination, became a dominant force, contributing to the South's reputation as a religious stronghold. Despite this historical trajectory, Christianity in the United States has been in decline. The rise of rationalism, scientific thought, and increased exposure to diverse viewpoints have led to a gradual erosion of religious adherence. The modern landscape sees a significant portion of Americans identifying as religiously unaffiliated, including atheists, agnostics, and those with no particular religious affiliation. This trend reflects a broader disengagement from organized religion. The decline of Christianity is not limited to the North, but is a nationwide phenomenon. Economic factors such as the South being generally poorer than other regions and the rise of multiculturalism have contributed to this decline. The intertwining of religion and politics has also disillusioned many. particularly younger generations. With the Christian population set to dip below 50% by 2070, the question arises whether this decline is a problem to be addressed or a natural evolution of society. In conclusion, the South's religious identity has been shaped by historical, geographical, and cultural factors, resulting in a distinct and enduring religiosity. The Great Awakenings played a crucial role in establishing and reinforcing evangelicalism, while modern challenges have led to a nationwide decline in religious adherence. The future of Christianity in the United States remains uncertain, reflecting broader societal shifts and changing attitudes toward religion.